Hi everyone, this is Nate Nixdorf. I'm going to be taking you through my project here on the American Studio Craft Movement. I'm sorry I couldn't be with you to present it to you live. I'm actually going to, in lieu of a PowerPoint, actually take you through my my project, which is a timeline that's interactive that I created and is embedded on my website. I created this website. I started around the 1920s because I wanted to start with the Bauhaus movement. I feel that the Bauhaus movement was, while it happened in Europe, it really started some of the ideas that the American studio craft movement moved into, especially upon the closing of the Bauhaus school. Some of those artists came to the United States. When I built this timeline, I also put in some outside the craft items. And being that, I feel that any timeline is only really valid when you understand what's happening outside of that topic. So, understanding that, Guernica was being painted by Picasso before some of this happened, and The Wizard of Oz was already out. You understand some of the outside influences. So my project, really, I think, outlines all of the major moments in American studio craft, being some of the shows and some of the major people. Aileen Webb is by far the most influential person for the American studio craft movement. I had never heard of her beforehand, but she was a philanthropist that supported the crafts. She was an artist herself, and she was the person who started the American Crafts Council, which is a governing body over a lot of pieces for the craft world. She purchased the American Craft Museum. She started a school. She was really instrumental in starting a lot of things that really elevated crafts to the level of art. Really, the other piece to this, I think that couldn't have existed beforehand or without it, is the GI Bill of Rights. The GI Bill was a government-funded plan that gave money to servicemen, and it was contingent on the amount of time served, but it gave them the opportunity to go to school, at higher education, and the amount that they gave them was more than it cost to go to any school, and it flooded the higher education field with students, and they were allowed to pursue whatever they wanted to. So the craft world and the art world really benefited because people were able to take risks and really follow their dreams. There throughout my timeline here, I've got some videos that are really great for you to watch or for students to watch, and I invite you to go and check it out. But there are pieces that were put together by PBS or by Rochester Institute of Technology and can be really informative. I have a number of major artists, Peter Volkus in ceramics, Lenore Tawney in textiles, Harvey Littleton in glass, where I found that were some, it's really hard to pin down the exact individuals because so many people were doing so many things at the same time, but I did try and highlight some individuals that you could look up or click on some of the websites that I have available for you. There were some shows that popped up that were very influential in spreading the crafts, and where it turned from regional ideas to national ideas. So I encourage you to click on there and find what might interest you. And then at the very end here, I did kind of jump into the late 20th century and 21st just to show that, in some of the contemporary crafts influences right now, I think sofa is a big one. And the actual contemporary crafts program that I pulled a lot of these YouTube videos from, I think it's very influential. But, it's contemporary crafts and the whole studio craft movement, what was created then is still alive now. And we have Aileen Webb and the GI Bill to thank for it. So thank you.